My name is KotoMuzax, the Singing Blade. I'm also captain of the Ice Ravens, and I've been here since pretty much the beginning. And I love gun raiders. It's the most fun I get to have all day. This is the one I like to wear on Sundays. It's my Sunday go-to-meeting suit. And when I'm having an interview or just going to a party, But I like to wear different skins, but most of the time you'll always see me in a ninja skin. I've always been into martial arts, and I love the ninja skin, so that's why. Usually I'm wearing one that looks like from Star Wars. It's kind of tan and gray, and that's the one I wear most of the time. But I switch back and forth depending on what map I'm going to be on. If I need to hide, I'll wear a dark one. If it's a dark map. If it's with a lot of snow, I'll wear a white one, or just depending on how I feel that day, I'll just pull whatever I feel like out of the closet and go play. Sometimes if I'm playing with a lot of new players, I'll wear something that's non-threatening, and so that they'll pay attention to me. But then if I'm just going to go play some hardcore players, I'll put something on that's a little bit more gruff, so I can, get in there and try to keep up with all those young people. Because, I'm an old guy. I'm 64 years old, and I'm disabled. I'm an ex-Marine, and the VA actually recommended this for me. So because of people with different conditions, they recommend this for our mental health and physical well-being. I get a lot of exercise in here. These guys make me sweat. I play this game because it's really the most fun I can have. I'm disabled, so there's a lot of things I can't do in the real world. But in this realm, I'm free. And I can do so many things, fly and move fast and interact with people in a way that there's no way I can in the real world. And I just like this game the best out of all of them that I've tried, because of the kind of people that love this game too, and the fact that they keep as much toxicity out of the game as possible. If there's someone who is very like a bully or using really bad language, I don't mind somebody every once in a while expressing themselves in a colorful way. That's fine. But keeping the toxicity level down is one of the things I really love about this game. We can have a blast in here and not worry about contrary people, the people that need more hardcore kind of games. They don't last long in here because we have a lot of children that come in here and play, and people that like a more relaxed atmosphere. So yeah, that's why I love it here. I use a wheelchair, and I can walk a little bit, but I've had a pretty tough life, so my legs don't work very well, and I have to play sitting down. Most of the time I'm down here like this. I'm standing a little bit now because I can lean up against the side of my seat and put a little pressure there, and it helps me stand up. But when I'm playing, I have to play sitting down or I'll fall. So people in wheelchairs, older people like me, I've been really pushing gun raiders When I go to doctor's appointments and I get in a conversation with older people, I tell them about this game. And a lot of them are starting to go buy an Oculus and try it out. So, yeah. So I'm an advocate. I can't really move very well, so it limits me in my movement. But if you practice, train a lot, you can move quite well just by using your controllers. But it is quite handy, especially like using the sniper rifle to be able to move your body to shoot instead of using your controllers. So there's a lot of advantages for people that are younger and more physically able. But it's designed for people like us too, people that are disabled. So I love it. I can keep up with those young guys, and it makes them mad when they find out how old I am. I use every weapon I can. It really depends on who I'm playing against, who my opponents are, and what map I'm on. There are some weapons I'm not that good at in here, like the bow. In real life, I'm excellent with a bow, but in here it works a little different, and it takes a lot of practice. The gauntlets, some of these guys can really move around fast with those gauntlets, but I can't seem to do it because when I'm sitting, it's hard to. I can still do it a little bit, but it's really difficult. But I try to, especially with the ones that I have problems with, I will go and play with them and just train with them and try to make myself a better player with that particular weapon. So when it comes up on my bounties, my daily or weekly bounties, I'll be able to get in there and complete those. But I figure the best weapon I have is this. Me. I'm the weapon, and the what we call weapons in here are just tools, extensions of me. So that it really, like I say, depends on what map you're on. If you're going to play just for fun, or if you're going to do a tournament, which is, you got to get in on the tournaments, okay? But my favorite weapon is the rifle. I'm an ex-Marine, so I carried an M16 when I was in there. So the rifle is made for me. But most of the time when I'm playing, I will try to use weapons that I'm not as strong with so that the game is more challenging. So a lot of times you might see me playing with a knife and a pistol. And so this is my favorite way to fight, even against people using automatic weapons but I like a blade, either this knife or my katana, and then a boomstick in my right hand. And so if I have my rifle, then I have my long range and medium range and short range. If I'm fighting in some place like this, I might use the 9mm or something for a little bit closer range. Quick. The SMG is really great for tight quarters, like being inside like this, because you get a lot more rapid fire and a lot more rounds to shoot without reloading. But the rifle has a more bang to the buck, and it's good for longer range. So depending on the weapon they're using, if they're using a weapon that takes you out fast, you want something with a little bit more power. But if you need headshots for your bounties, I use the SMG because I get a lot of rounds out there fast, and you can get all your headshots done real quick. But I like using all the weapons, and I usually try to use weapons that will give me a disadvantage so the game is harder, because that makes it funner, right? The challenge is what it's about, man. You got to get out there and test yourself. That's why I don't like hackers, right? Because they're robbing themselves and us of a fair game. The knife will give you a speed boost, and the katana too, and it can block attacks like rounds, and the katana can block things too. And then, of course, it's nice to have this thing out here when you're going around a bunch of corners, because sometimes your opponents will be coming around there and you can take them out with one shot to the head. So a katana or a knife, either one helps you move faster. So I love dual wielding. And this gives me a great advantage because I can come in, I can strafe, come right in on somebody, and if they're not dead by the time I get there, they will be when I arrive. So just any weapon and a blade in your left hand, and you can move a lot faster. I'm very aggressive, depending on who I'm playing against. New kids I'm not quite as aggressive with, and I let them, because I make a great target. I'll just let them kill me. I'll still defend myself so they don't get offended because I'm not trying. Because you don't want to do that. You want to try your best, to give someone a good game, and so that they can learn. The only way to really learn is to play against people that are better than you. If all you want is points, you can go to the hub and fight hub kids, just to get points. But if you want to improve yourself, use weapons that you're not quite as good with, or give you a disadvantage, and play against better players. So, because dying doesn't hurt. But in martial arts, they teach you when you... Okay, when you lose a fight, you thank your opponent for the lesson, because if you lost, you learn something and you become better. So it's a good way. I love that way. So when I lose, I feel great, because I know that I went up against somebody better than me, and they taught me something. It might have been something little, but I gained. So I come away a winner too. I think about spatial awareness, where my opponents are. I try to listen, use all my senses, just like I would be in a real combat situation. I want to know where everybody is. So you listen for them talking, you listen for their jetpack, their weapons fire, all that kind of stuff, and try to place them and keep track of them, because you don't want them sneaking up on you. So it's an aggressive way to play. I turn up my volume a little bit, and I set my audio to about medium, so that I can hear everybody on the map. If you set it too low, then it's people that are just real close to you. So if you set it real high, then it's going to blow your ears out, and you're going to hear every burp, every everything. And there may be times to do that, but I like to set it at medium. And it gives me enough to where I can hear people sneaking around, walking or flying or whatever. But also, I like to, this is my favorite map, because it's quick access to my opponents. I have back rooms where I can, if I stay back there, I can use close range weapons. If I come out here, I can switch to a rifle or rocket launcher or grenade launcher or whatever I want, because the room is just the right size for that kind of fighting. So depending on what my bounties are, right? Like if I have to get knife kills or pistol kills, I'll work the back rooms. And then if I have other bounties I need to get, I'll try to work my way out here every time I respawn. And yeah, so finding a main area And another thing is you don't want to go right out into the middle of the fray right away. You want to hold back, check, get your target acquisitions, right? So you know where everybody's at. Stay back and go in slow, just like you're trying to get used to the light when you come out of the dark. And then if you get everybody down, or most everybody, then you can go to the center. But stay out of the center right away, because you're just going to die. Everybody's going to shoot you. So that's a good one. And in the back rooms, having a knife like this, you get a lot of accidental kills just going around corners. So, and always aim for the head, right? With a knife, you can get a one-hit kill just hitting them in the head with your knife up close. So you use your boomstick to get in close, and you reduce their health with this, and then you can kill them easier with this. Whenever I start to take off, I'll look behind me, because you know that the odds are that there's somebody back there. They're going to shoot you from behind. So try to glance behind you every chance you get, because they'll sneak up behind you and take you out. So, like I said, keep your head on a swivel, always looking around, and be aware of your spatial awareness, right? Keep that. Don't be thinking about what you're going to eat. You know, think about the game and get into the game. The best thing you can do so that you're not thinking about what hand to use or what weapon to use or how to reload is to practice. Even if you have to go on a map by yourself, right? And just target practice or practice reloading. Just practice reloading real quick and getting your blade back. You want to practice reloading on all your weapons. Yeah, so that you're quicker at it and you don't have to think about it. You get muscle memory from training. That's, you know, a Marine trains so that when he gets into combat, he doesn't have to think about what to do. It's all automatic. So that just depends. If you want to be a really good player and improve yourself, this is part of the game, and what really makes it fun is you get in there and improve yourself, and you grow and you conquer those things, and they become part of your arsenal. We had a tournament. There was one of our players that passed away, and we had a memorial tournament for him, and the turnout was absolutely wonderful. The family was blessed by it. Well, there was a statue built to remember this player, and the turnout for it was just amazing. So many good players and new players that came and played from their heart, and we were all very respectful, and it was a wonderful memorial for one of our gun raiders, right? You become part of a family here, and there's some love. There is some love here. And just making friends, and going on Discord and becoming part of different people's groups on there, and like Hellcats and all the different teams that are on there. They're just amazing. New players, I would say, try to buddy up with experienced players. Train, even if you have to do it on your own. Just go target practice, and reloading and movement is important. There's a lot of videos on YouTube. In fact, I have my own channel, Gun Raiders VR Gaming. And there's some other ones by some of the top players. They have a lot of helpful videos. F and Hate It has a bunch of real good ones that are educational for new players. So you can find almost anything you want to on there if you're having trouble. In real life, I'm retired. I'm 64 years old. I grew up hunting and fishing ever since I was a small kid. I got into martial arts when I was real young. I went into sports. I was hurt quite a few times, physically damaged. So I had to get into sports to be able to improve my body. And then I went into the Marine Corps, and I served there overseas in Asia, all over. And then when I came back, I went into law enforcement with my father, and I worked with the LAPD, and we had our own security firm. So it was quite taxing, a very difficult work. And then I got into doing construction and logging and lots of physical labor. And I got hurt a few times doing that. And that's why I'm in a wheelchair. But I had a full life. I had a very full life. I've been hurt a lot, but I had fun getting here. Yeah, I've had at least 10 concussions and lots of broken bones. So yeah, I've been through it, but I don't think I'd change anything. I think I had a great life. It was, I just wanted to do everything. So I did anything and everything that, I felt like. And, I don't be afraid to go and try something. If you want to go zip lining, do it. And if you get hurt, well, that's life, And in the Marine Corps, we say if you're hurting, that's good. But when the pain stops, you're in trouble. But yeah, and if you're old, I believe that we older people are like living history books, and we should pass that knowledge on to the younger generation. Don't lie to the kids. Just tell them the truth about history and the things that you've seen. And it doesn't matter what sex you are. It doesn't matter what color you are, where you come from, what language you speak, what sex you are. Any of that doesn't matter from the real world. Because in here, you can be anything you want to be. And you can make this world heaven, or you can make it hell. It's your choice. Don't let anybody tell you different, okay? If somebody else wants to make this world dark and disgusting, that's their choice. My choice is to make this a wonderful place, some place to escape the real world. So, and love is the key to everything. That's one of my favorite sayings. Love is the key. So anyway, blessings upon all of you. I tell you, the only way the game is going to get better is if the players make it that way. Invite people to come play. Get grandma and grandpa on there and teach them. Maybe they'll kick your booty. You never know. And if there is a kid that needs some help, you can always stop playing and take them. And I found them hiding in corners because they're so terrified. I said, come on, shoot me. Go ahead. It doesn't hurt at all.